right, Happy New Year. Let's look at Biden's January. Ten of Pentacles flies out. All right, let's see. Biden's January. Let us see the Hierophant and the Hermit. There'll be some searching and isolation in the government. You're at the top now, buddy. Judgment, Temperance, the Fool, the Chariot, King of Cups at the core, Seven of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So we start with the Hierophant and the Hermit. This is him. The chief stands alone. He is up at the top. There is the Fool and the Judgment. There is going to be a resurrection of some things and beginnings of others. There's also judgment upon the foolish. So I think his government actually will do some work, at least some investigations, also indicated by the Hermit. There's also the Temperance, the Chariot, and the Seven of Wands. The Temperance is going to be working. The Chariot is going to be working to move forward. The Seven of Wands is trying to get us back to a higher ground. Now, like I've said before, this is going to be cleanup after the tower. This is not going to be building of a secure tower. Right now, our infrastructure is just not infrastructure. Literally, our country is our government. I will say that. Our government, because we have that at the core. Our government is in turmoil and we need some sort of cleanup. This is, again, this is not going to be a fix. This is going to be a cleanup, and then somebody else is going to have to come and do the patch job, and then somebody else is going to have to come and do the actual work. So this is why you cannot be, you have to continue to be vigilant. Don't just be so anti-Trump that you voted for Biden. You have to be voting for Democrat, period, unless you want to repeat these last 4 years, and then anyway. So there's the Hierophant and the Hermit. So he's going to have to be doing a lot of work, but that Temperance and that Seven of Wands means there's going to have to be a lot of working together, which means also in 2 years you're going to have to go and try to get him a fully Democratic administration. Otherwise, you can forget about student loan this, and you can forget about the EPA this. You can forget about all these things that Republicans do not like. They're going to continue to try to be obstructionists. So you have to go back in 2 years to get him some sort of support. Otherwise, he will never be able to climb to the higher ground. And he only wants to do one term, so you need to do this and be vigilant for these 4 years. The bad news is going to come with the Chariot. The Chariot means this is going to be, who said that? It was somebody who said that, oh crap, I think it was the Secretary of State, if I'm not mistaken. Joe Biden is going to be the Stop the Bleeding president. He is not going to cure you of all your ails and ailments. He is going to be the Stop the Bleeding president. So the Chariot, for me, it is, it can be a vehicle, but to me, it is slow because usually the things in the cards are not moving. So this is slow. Also, it's a card of self-discipline. Self-discipline is something you work on for a long time. It is like patience. So that's why it's a slow card for me. And so that's what's going to be the bad news, is trying to climb to the higher ground here with the Seven of Wands and the lack of patience that a lot of us have, that think just because he didn't do it in 4 years, it's never going to get done. But again, he's the Stop the Bleeding. He is not going to cure the ailments of this administration. There's also going to be some good news as far as financial. I guess when he comes in, the stock market's going to go up, but you know how the stock market is. It's fickle. Somebody sneezes in the wrong wind, it's going to go down. Somebody, anyway, it's one of them things. But that's going to be his biggest challenge, is trying to climb to the highest of grounds when it comes to progression for the country. He is not going to have the easiest time getting there. This is going to take 6 years to make us look normal. So this is why you're going to have to go back out after his term is over. But this is going to take at least 6 years before us to look normal. We're going to stop the bleeding, though, January 20th on. But to look like we used to, we're going to have to take at least 6 years for that one. But it looks good on his first month. Well, not even the whole month. His first 11 days, 10 days in office. Once the party's over, the work begins.